Thank you so much for having me here. I've been asked to talk about, which is Out of Africa, digital stories that could shape the world. Let me try to go a little bit back into the history. I believe Africa is a continent that is known for great inventions, and among all, which is, I believe, in my view, and especially from where I come from, specifically in my field of science, mathematics, and a little bit of engineering. How many of us here have been to Egypt? And how many of us have had a chance to visit the pyramids? I believe if you have seen the pyramids, you've been able to experience great ingenuity when it comes to engineering, when it comes to mathematics. And I believe we have not seen anything of that magnitude anywhere else. So that brings me to the topic of Out of Africa, specifically the stories, digital stories. I think Africa is underestimated when it comes to digital innovations. And I think today we've seen how M-Pesa, which is one of the mobile revolutions when it comes to digital payments that we've seen on the continent and the world beyond. Today, as we speak, in Rwanda, and my colleagues here in the industry will correct me if I'm wrong, if it wasn't for mobile technology, when it comes to financial inclusion, would be somewhere around 20–25%. But because of mobile payment services that we have in the country, we're around 89–90% when it comes to financial inclusion. And we've seen this go a long way on the continent and beyond that we have not seen happen anywhere else in the world. I believe if you go to Europe, when you tell them about something called mobile money, they'll be like, mobile what? Yet for us, it's the way of life here. It's something that we've seen and that we have experienced. Some actually of our children, when you ask them how to do payments other than mobile money, they'll be like, Dad or Mom, how else do I do that? You know? And this is an African invention that was able to respond to an African challenge. But it goes further. When you look at telecommunications, we have companies like MTN. This is a company on the continent that was conceived, developed, and it has gone now global as a global player when it comes to digital infrastructure, which actually is a backbone to so many other services that ride on that. But before I go further into other great innovations that we've seen or some of the stories, it would be of no use if we actually did not put these innovations to a specific use case. And here I want to highlight Zipline, which is a company that was riding or using drone technology that to some extent didn't know what to use that technology for. And the government of Rwanda, under the leadership of His Excellency the President, said, you know what, I think we have an idea for you. Come to Rwanda and we'll be able to show you how we can use the drone technology. I'm sure majority of you know the story. Zipline is now a global phenomenon that is going around the world, transforming how healthcare services, especially delivery of blood and medicine and now other medical supplies are being done. That was conceived, the idea of delivering blood that was taking 4 hours, 5 hours to do it in 20 minutes, 30 minutes, is a brainchild of Rwanda on the African continent. I will not go into the likes of Flutterwave, which is a Nigerian company that is transforming payment services, both cards and mobile. And by the way, is there anyone from Visa here? No. So 10 years ago, or a little bit longer, there was a South African company that was called Fundamo. Fundamo was a mobile-based company that developed somewhat what is similar to M-Pesa. They were able to revolutionize payments in South African market because some of the mining companies did not have a way of transporting a lot of cash. to go to pay their mine workers and other workers. Fundamo came up with the idea, say, we'll be able to deliver it on a feature phone. Some of the companies at that time did not understand how that could be done. But Fundamo was able to do it and deliver it, and it became a revolution, and actually partnered with MTN, which led to MTN Mobile Money. Later on, Fundamo was bought by Visa, which gave birth to the M-Visa product that we know today, that is now a product around the world. What am I trying to say here? What I'm trying to say is that on this continent, we have what it takes, be the skills, and I'm glad to listen in for a few minutes what the panelists were talking about. When it comes to funding, I think what we lack is not funding, in my view. But I think what we lack is how do we harmonize the technology that we have, the skills and talent that we have, and the required funding so that we are able to deliver services to our society. Let me come home to Rwanda. We have a company that is called Irembo Platform that is able to offer online services to all the citizens, that the government is able to channel all the services that we need. This was conceived, developed, and delivered here in Rwanda, and we believe this is something that can be able to go across the continent and beyond. However, there is a challenge here. Today, there are buzzwords that are coming out that hopefully we'll be able to get a chance to discuss and dive a little bit into. What technologies are these, and how do we embrace them? We have now digital public infrastructure or digital public goods. Yes, they are here. But we also have proprietary technologies. Yes, they are here. Is any of these two better than the other? In my view, I don't think so. What is critical is how do you pick whatever technology and apply to solve a particular problem that you have in the society? And is the society able to conceive and consume that product that you're putting out? And finally, and this is to my fellow Africans, how do we stop being consumers of these technologies, but actually we become producers and developers of these technologies? Just few cases, by the way, this is just the tip of the iceberg. There are so many other inventions, innovations that are happening right now. COVID was a very good, exposure, let me put it that way, of what we are capable of. So many PPEs were developed and produced and manufactured. We've gone into medicine and other great interventions to be able to respond to the challenges that we are facing. But how do we capitalize on that? How do we actually get out of the hood, like some would say, and actually become producers of these technologies to the world? Because we are capable, we have what it takes, and we can be able to deliver on that. And this is, for me, where I would call for partnership, an equitable partnership. We partner with anyone else who is willing and capable, who is able to give us what we need, so that we can be able to forge our future together, because time has come when we actually need to be together on the table and take on these challenges that we all face, whether it's in Africa, whether it's in Asia, Europe, America, whatever. I don't think anyone is safe from the global challenges that we face today, be it climate change, be it global pandemics, be it floods like we saw here in Rwanda recently. The challenges that we face are similar. So I believe what we need to discuss now is how do we forge equitable partnership and embrace these technologies together, and we face the challenges that we face today. Thank you.